I had some things on my mind. Not quite sure what they are at this point. Oh yeah. So I don't know what's going on with this guitar, but see how. So like, check it out. Like these pickups, if you can see, are pretty low. They're pretty. They're pretty low in there. Because I wasn't liking what was going on with oh, by the way, that's yeah. Uh, and my Vox is behaving today. AC10 C1. It's having a good day, actually. It's having a really good day. Maybe it likes the cold. But yeah, so I wanted to a couple things. Yeah, like there's a lot of videos going around right now about the whole 59, the whole burst thing, the bursts. I'm not going to say too much about it, other than this. So, my first instrument was trumpet. I at this point in my life, I can honestly say I've been a trumpet player for about 30 years. And yeah, I mean, that's if I was as good on guitar, if I was as good of a guitar player as I am a trumpet player, then I'd be happy, right? But yeah, so I have a theory that for every like every musical instrument, yeah, like the violin has the Stradivarius, right? Which now I say that deliberately because there is a trumpet, also known as the Stradivarius. Um, it's made by the Vincent Bach Corporation. In the trumpet world, we call them the Bach Strad. Now, ask any trumpet player about the Mount Vernon Bachs, about the Mount Vernon Bach Strads. You know, they're not $100,000 instruments. Likely because they're trumpets and not guitars. And you know, um, Stairway to Heaven didn't have a trumpet, right? Things like that. Okay. If the world was a little different, you see where I'm getting at. So in the trumpet world, those are the sought after instruments, and they're more expensive, than the modern day ones. By the way, a good modern day professional trumpet, it's about $3,000. Last I checked, that's right around the same price as a good professional guitar. Like a Les Paul Standard. So that seems to be consistent, in the world of musical instruments, with the exception of the bigger ones like the tubas, which just require more metal, so they're going to be more expensive. But like I said, like, look, I could afford one. I could afford a Mount Vernon horn. To put it into perspective, they're not $100,000 instruments, but they're a lot more expensive than the modern day ones. Because this is a guitar video, I'm not going to get into the history of the trumpet stuff. You guys probably aren't interested in that, but my point is that this is not unusual stuff to look at, to hold the older instruments in high regard. They were the original ones when everything started. Okay, we got it right, and after that, it's like everything was a copy of it, and just like making a copy of a copy of a copy. We all know how that is. So, like if you like the real 59, if you like the bursts, and you happen to own one, that's awesome. I've never played one. That'd be cool if one day I could. Kind of more of an amp enthusiast, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But I feel like arguing about it. It's like we all have our our viewpoints, and it's you know, to try and tell somebody that they're wrong for thinking, um, you know, a certain way, uh, when at the end of the day, like, you know, if you're not going out there, um, and you know, like just being violent or stupid or anything, like, what, why, like, what, you know, seriously, you know, um, this is a 2018 guitar. I like it. I play it. You know, it's what I could afford at the time. Um, I got another guitar, and let's see. I meant to make this video short, but that's what happens. This was a much cheaper guitar. Have no idea what year it is. There's no serial number or anything on there. You know, it's like a $200 guitar. I put a lot of nice electronics and you know, better equipment in there, so like it sounds pretty sweet. Um, you know, but I mean, it. I don't play it all the time because it doesn't have the feel. You know what I mean? I recently checked out a Gibson ES 335 that, you know, um, the, the one that I picked up, you know, they built that one right. Let me tell you, that thing felt great. It was comfortable, you know. Like I sat down and I was like, damn, why don't I play like this all the time, right? But so there's something to it, you know, like building a quality instrument. Um, but you know, like this is what I could afford at the time. So yeah, if one day, you know, I can afford a a Gibson, a 335, and it happens to feel really good, and it happens to like play, you know, like it's got something special. Damn right. But you know, yeah, I feel like I feel like I made my point. I'd be curious to know like the other instruments, you know, the ones that I don't know about, like flutes and clarinets and stuff. I'm sure if you asked a clarinet player um, what their what the vintage clarinet is, they could tell you, right? You know, we're guitar players, and we do the same thing. I think it's just a musician thing, right? It's not just nostalgic justification either. It's like there's some real validity to this if you've ever had experience with these instruments. Now, I can speak to the trumpet world and the amp world. You know, owning and playing some actual vintage amps. yeah, like there's something a little bit nicer about them. So I would imagine, well, and I'm sure not all of them are, but the guitars, like if you're lucky enough to get a good one, whether it be new or old, just hold on to it, play it, enjoy it, you know? That's enough for today. Have a good one.